everyone! Welcome back to Epic English Club. I'm Lily.
And I'm Max. We're so happy you're here.
We make English easy and fun with simple words, clear examples, and natural conversations.
Lily, there's one small situation that can feel really awkward.
When someone is doing something that bothers you, but you don't want to sound rude?
Exactly. You want it to stop, but saying, "Stop doing that," can feel too strong.
Sometimes you say nothing. Then 5 minutes later, you're still thinking about it.
And now you're more annoyed than you needed to be.
The hard part is often not the problem. It's finding a nice way to say something. So today, we're talking about how to ask someone to stop or change what they're doing politely.
By the end of this episode, you'll have 5 natural ways to make that request, from simple everyday requests to more careful and formal ones.
You'll also hear simple examples, so you can choose a phrase that fits the person and the situation.
Let's start with the kind of request you might make every day.
Maybe you're talking with a friend, but the music is a little too loud. You lean closer, but you still can't hear everything.
You don't need a long sentence there.
A simple request is, could you turn the music down a little?
That sounds normal. It's clear, but it doesn't sound harsh.
Right. Our first pattern is could you plus a verb.
This is a simple, everyday way to make a polite request.
And the verb can change with the situation. Could you keep it down a little? Works when people are being too loud.
That one is useful because keep it down means keep the noise or your voice lower.
If someone is explaining something too fast, you might hear, could you slow down a little?
I use that one when I need more time to follow what someone is saying. And with friends or family, can sound even more casual.
Yes, but could you is an easy, safe choice in many everyday situations.
I like that. Short, polite, and not a big deal.
Sometimes, though, it's one specific action that's bothering you.
Like when someone keeps tapping the table while you're trying to talk.
You try to stay focused on the conversation, but your attention keeps going back to the tapping.
Once I notice it, that's all I can focus on.
A soft way to ask is, would you mind not tapping the table?
That's much softer than don't tap the table.
And that gives us our second pattern. Would you mind not plus ing?
So after not, we use the ing form. Not tapping, not putting, not moving.
For example, would you mind not putting your bag there?
Or would you mind not checking your phone while I'm talking?
This pattern is especially useful when you want to say, don't do that, in a softer way.
And your tone still matters. A calm voice can make the request easier to hear. And sometimes you don't even know your behavior is bothering someone until they tell you.
That actually happened to me at a movie theater once.
Really? What happened?
I was watching the movie and moving my legs a little. I didn't realize I kept hitting the seat in front of me.
Oh no. Did the person say something?
She turned around and said very calmly, would you mind not kicking my seat?
Ooh, were you embarrassed?
A little, but she was so nice about it. I just said, oh, of course. I didn't realize I was doing that.
And I'm guessing your legs didn't move much after that.
Not at all. I sat very still for the rest of the movie.
Very careful all of a sudden.
Pretty much. But because she asked so nicely, it never felt like a big deal.
And when you're the one asking, you may want to sound a little less direct.
Say you're sitting in a crowded place and someone is taking up a little more space than they realize. You move a little, but you still don't have enough room.
You need a bit more room, but you don't want to sound like you're ordering them around.
A more indirect request could be, "Do you think you could move over a little?"
That feels softer than just saying, move over.
Our third pattern is, "Do you think you could plus verb?"
It's useful when you want to make the request a little less direct.
You could also say, "Do you think you could move your bag a little?"
Or, if you need a little more time, do you think you could give me a few more minutes? I can see myself using this when I feel a little awkward asking.
And not every request happens right away. Sometimes something has bothered you for a while, and you bring it up later.
That can be harder because now you've had time to think about it.
Yes, maybe someone you see often keeps leaving the door open. You close it once, and later it's open again. This has happened a few times.
You don't want to walk in and make it sound like a complaint.
You might start with, "I was wondering if you could keep the door closed."
I'd use that when I really want to be careful.
And that's our fourth pattern. "I was wondering if you could" plus verb.
The words sound like the past. Does it mean you were wondering before, but not now?
Not really. Here, "I was wondering" is just a soft way to bring up a request. For example, "I was wondering if you could turn the TV down at night."
Or, I was wondering if you could text me before you come over.
You can also use it for a small repeated habit. "I was wondering if you could put things back after you use them."
I probably wouldn't use this for a tiny request with a close friend.
Same. It's longer, so it fits better when you want to sound careful or when the request feels a little sensitive.
And sometimes you want to sound a little more formal, like with a neighbor or coworker.
That's where our last expression can help.
Imagine there has been a lot of noise at night. You're trying to sleep, but you can still hear music or voices through the wall, and this isn't the first night.
You still want to be respectful, but you don't want to sound too casual.
A sentence like, "I'd appreciate it if you could keep the noise down at night," fits that situation.
Our fifth expression is, "I'd appreciate it if you could" plus verb.
Appreciate can sound like a big word. What does it mean here?
Here, it means, "I would be thankful if you did this." It makes the request polite and a little more formal.
So, this isn't the first thing I'd say when my friend's music is a little loud.
Probably not. It can sound more formal or more serious than "could you?"
For example, "I'd appreciate it if you could clean up after you use the kitchen."
Or, "I'd appreciate it if you could keep your things out of the hallway."
I'd expect to hear this more with a neighbor or coworker than with a close friend.
Now we have more choices than just saying stop. Now, let's practice using a few of these expressions in a new situation.
Let's do it. I'll try not to make things difficult for you. Looks like we'll get there early.
Maybe a little too early. Could you slow down a little?
Am I going that fast?
A little. I'm holding on to the door.
Okay, I'll slow down.
Thanks. And do you think you could turn the music down a little? It's hard to talk.
Sure. Better?
Much better. Now I can relax.
That worked well. We asked politely, and everything was easy to fix.
Right. Sometimes a simple, polite request is all you need.
Now, let's quickly review today's 5 patterns.
First, could you plus verb. A simple, everyday, polite request.
Second, would you mind not plus ing? a soft way to ask someone not to do one specific thing.
Third, do you think you could plus verb? A more indirect way to make a request.
Fourth, I was wondering if you could plus verb. Useful when you want to bring up a request carefully.
And fifth, I'd appreciate it if you could plus verb. Polite and often a little more formal or serious.
You don't need to use the longest expression every time.
Start with the situation, then choose the phrase that feels right. Well, I think that's about it for today.
Right. And before we go, it's your turn to share.
When something is bothering you, do you usually say something right away, or do you wait?
We'd love to hear from you, so let us know in the comments.
Thanks for being with us today.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode.
Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Bye for now. Take care.